I am heading up to Bangkok Hospital, Chiang Rai, so clear, and I've got a haze around it, like I'm driving through the fog, and in the fall of Western Washington. All the things that they've done to me are contained in that folder that I have. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're doing well. I am heading up to Bangkok Hospital, Chiang Rai. I called my eye doctor yesterday, and she was out. Actually, I called her Monday, and she was out. And then the call back I got from the nurse was, take my paperwork to Chiang Rai so I don't have to fly to Pattaya, and they can do a comprehensive check on my eye. They can't do surgery there. If they do, I actually, never mind. I doubt they would, because then they'd have to lease a bunch of equipment and all kinds of shit. It'd be a pain in the ass. It'd be better to send somebody somewhere where they can do it. Anyway, so my right eye is like foggy. Now, I just 15 minutes ago put my antibiotic drops, and then 5 minutes after that put my anti-inflammatory drops in. My anti-inflammatory drops are like milk, so that gives me a haze in both eyes. But what I'm experiencing is, when I close my better of the two eyes, I can see pretty doggone far, but it's not crystal clear, and I've got a haze around it, like I'm driving through the fog, and in the fall of Western Washington. Okay, that time in the morning, leaves are turning, it's getting cooler, and then there's fog. So it's like that over the whole eye most of the day. Now, I'm following all the rules, not jumping up and down, and not doing anything strenuous, that kind of thing. So looking at the dates, today is probably, I think, 25. So in about a week I'll be going to Pattaya for my 1 month anyway. But with the eye, every day is critical. So she says go to the doctor, I'm going to the doctor. They'll be able to, check my eyes with the chart, okay? And they have paperwork already that says where I stand, right? And then all the things that they've done to me are contained in that folder that I have, including pictures, retinal pictures, and all kinds of scans and stuff. They have all that, so they can say, okay. The thing that the healing process is different for everyone. She told me that. I realize that. Everybody does. But the fogginess, and that's got me concerned. That tells me potential infection or something like that. There's no redness around the eyes or anything like that, but that doesn't mean there's not an infection underneath, right? So we're gonna kind of like find out what the hell's going on. Yeah, and I'll keep you updated on that. shouldn't be a really long video. 4 minutes already. I might shoot a couple shots at the hospital. You should see the front of my truck though. Looks Mad Max, man. I should get a big rhubarb on there and people scooper for Pattaya. Oh, you want to walk down the middle of the road, huh? Okay. Hit them like a snowplow. Big piles of them. I'm not joking either. If I wouldn't go to jail, I would do it. No, I wouldn't, but the thought kind of brings joy to my ice heart, you know, my heart that is full of ice. Anyway, that's about it for now. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Well, I'm sitting outside the ag clinic. I've already had a bunch of tests done, but on one of the final tests, they ran out of paper in the printer, right? So they ran and grabbed a roll of printer tape, printer paper, and there's two nurses trying to get it to work. And I said, it's too big. You know, the roll was like this big around, and it would only fit in like this big around. The width was perfect, and the drive size was perfect. I said, just roll some off. Roll some off, you know? Like a roll of toilet paper or something. Just roll it off, throw it off. But they just could not get that through their head. Pretty soon there's 4 of them in there. Just struggling. I just felt like, oh God, please. Let me just show you what I want to do. I'll buy a roll of frickin' tape if you have a heart attack, you know. But they're so black and white and stuff, you know what I mean? It's difficult to think outside the box. I mean, it's painfully obvious. You look at it, it's the same width, but it's like way bigger around in that slot that it was going. Why don't we just roll some of this extra paper off and then make it fit? No, they're still in there, fucking with it. What I do know so far is the pressure in my right eye is about 25 to 30% too high. Why? No idea. He retook pictures of the retina because he saw some scar tissue, you know, markings from scar tissue and stuff. So he just wanted to make sure that everything was still the same. So everything is still the same as it was 2 weeks ago when I left the hospital. So when I get home, initially I had 3 sets of drops. Antibiotic, anti-inflammatory, 4 times a day. And then this one for pressure, 2 times a day. But he doesn't want to prescribe me a different one, because it's best to use what you're used to, not changing up midstream. So when I get home, I saved that one bottle when she said, oh, you don't need to use this anymore, the one for pressure. I'm going to take a picture of it, email it to them, and say, this is what they gave me. And I have, I don't know, half a bottle. I don't know how much I have left. I really don't know, because it's not a clear bottle. So anyway, I'll figure that out. I'll send that to him. And then he's also going to prescribe me a 1 drop a night drop that's for pressure also. So the other one I'll use 2 times a day, and then this other one I'll use once right when I go to bed. And we'll try that for 2 weeks and do a verbal follow-up, because I told him in 4 weeks I'm going to Pattaya anyway. It's a lot of confusion, you know. Where did you have your first surgery? Chiang Mai. Okay, and then you went to Pattaya and had your lenses replaced. Yes. And now you're here. Yes, because my Pattaya doctor said go to Chiang Rai, and they'll know what to do with all the paperwork. But basically, yeah, he has all the paperwork, and yeah, he's going through all the paperwork, but it's still like throwing a project manager on a project halfway through when somebody quit, right? It's tough to play catch up. That's why I prefer going to the same doctor every time, because they know the history. They know, okay, they see it and they go, okay, yeah, okay, good, I did this, I did that, and I think so. Well, he's up to speed now. Right now he is scanning all my docs, so next time I come I don't have to bring them. And I said, you know, what a normal question would be is, why didn't Pattaya scan them? Why don't they scan them and keep them in their records? And then if I request the records, they could A, email them to me, or B, email them to him. Duh. You know, that's why I said there's no connection between these hospitals. There's a group, the BDMS, which I don't understand what it stands for. It sounds like some orgy name, but anyway, it's a conglomerate of hospitals all over the country, and they're in partners with other places as well, not just Bangkok Hospital. Here you got Bangkok Hospital, Chiang Rai, Phuket, Pattaya, you know, Udon probably. Probably Khon Kaen, there's probably one. I could look it up, but I don't want to. I'm just on the move. But it would be so easy to have a clearinghouse for all your medical records, right? Same as you have in the States. You can go to a certain website and say, include such and such a hospital, include such and such a hospital. Like the University of Washington is Swedish, and Fred Hutch and shit. You can click away on those and all their records will go right here. And you can look up MRIs, and CTs, and everything. Or you can send something ahead of time to the doctor that you're going to see. So then this guy could have taken this stuff and read it and go, okay, I see what's happening here. I got it. Okay. Oh yeah. Ooh. Okay. Before he ended up having to do it in front of me. Right. Heads up. I'm coming. Anyway, talk at you later. One thing I forgot to mention was shortly after I left Chiang Rai Hospital, Bangkok Hospital Pattaya called to confirm the doctor's name that I saw in Chiang Rai, because I signed a permission to release information from one hospital to the other, even though they're in the same group. And I just read the name of the group too. Anyway, but I've already forgotten it. But yeah, I wanted to mention that. So the two are coordinating now. So I'm still going to Pat's in 2.5 weeks from now, and having my 1 month follow-up, and then I'll go ahead and go back to Chiang Rai because I've already made a follow-up for him. Very knowledgeable Thai man. had lots of questions, because he was just getting my paperwork now. Not like in many circumstances, they'll scan it and email it, and then they'll get it. But they're not connected that way yet. You got to do it old school wise. You got to sign a form, fax it over. Yeah, he signed it. You know, it's just, some stuff is cutting edge and some stuff is 1950s. They really like their paperwork redundancy here. I think in the end they'll come out ahead, because every other country is trying to go digital with everything. Thailand still does shit both ways. Paperwork shuffle, boxes, storage, and digital. So one day we're going to wake up and we won't be able to use the internet. You won't be able to get to your money. You won't be able to do all kinds of shit. So don't want to be all doom and gloom. But anyway, that's what I wanted to add, was that the two facilities are in contact with each other, coordinating now. So two heads are better than one. So I feel pretty confident they'll figure it out. I'll be taking that one drop tonight that says it relieves pressure. The pressure will go down. Sometimes people have to take that forever, but I don't think that'll be the case with me. I'm out of coffee. All right, later. Okay, I just left the eye doctor in Chiang Rai. Went through the whole battery of tests again. Lenses are in place. No problems there. I've got a little too much pressure in my right eye. Don't know why. I don't know. There was, post-surgery, for like a week, I took this extra drop twice a day. And then after my 1 week follow-up, she said, "Oh, your pressure's back down to normal." But now it's up again. And no trauma, none of that kind of stuff. So no idea why. So he wants me, when I get home, I saved that medicine. I've just put it in the fridge. He said, okay, take a picture of it and send it back to him. Send him the picture, email him the picture. And then he'll say, yeah, continue to use that, or he'll call a pharmacy in my town and prescribe a different drop. But I also got a separate drop today that I'm to take once a day at bedtime. So my 2 different drops that I take 4 times a day, I've cut that to 2 times a day. So 2 drops, 2 times a day. So I'm doing 8 and 8, easy. And then liquid tears whenever I feel like it. And then this other one is either going to be twice a day or once a day, depending on what script I have. And then the new script he gave me is once at night. So I have 4 different, 5 including the neutral, the saline solution. No more tears, blah, blah, blah. So I went to Macro also and picked up a few trinkets. So I think that's pretty much it. I'm getting ready to turn on to Highway 1, right next to BYD, Build Your Dream car dealership. So I'll let you know how it goes. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.